first started struggling when my husband was diagnosed with a brain tumor in 2013. He proceeded to become very ill for 3 years. We were evicted out of our apartment after 10 days of being late with our rent. Um, at that point, we kind of all scattered, and some of us were living together, some of us were living apart with their boyfriends and girlfriends, whatever. Um, and things only proceeded to get worse at that point. His illness continued to get worse. He ended up passing away in March of 2017, and at that point, my youngest son at the time was 13, and we ended up on the streets. We were sleeping in my car with our two cats. They were his cats, actually. They were therapy cats for his high blood pressure. And at that point, I have lots of family members. I have a huge family. I have lots of brothers and sisters, and it seemed that everybody just kept telling me that I wasn't doing things the right way, their way. A lot of judgment calls. My son could live with them, but I wasn't allowed to because I wasn't doing things the right way, in which they proceeded to think that was the right way. So my son didn't want to stay without me, so he decided he would rather stay in the car with me and the cats. So in July of 2017, that was probably the hardest part right there for him and I. And my two older children had been supporting us for the last 5 years by themselves. My husband and I had no income, and they were out trying to make their own lives themselves. And we just didn't seem to fit anywhere at the time. We weren't making the right choices for everybody. And I basically had to back away from my family to find my own way out of this hole that I'd been put into. And it was nothing but life circumstances. It was nothing that happened that we did wrong along the way. We had planned for emergencies. It's just at some point, even that plan goes away. And what's the old saying that God laughs at you when you make a plan? I don't know. We had a plan, but we did end up on the streets. And I'm very thankful as of right now. I am living with my daughter and her fiance, and it's still a struggle. We have a long way to go. My son goes to middle school in El Segundo, yet he's living out in the valley, but we make it, and we're doing it. And we tried going into some shelters, but he was not comfortable with it, and that part didn't work out. So we just keep going. And I'm now working again, finally. I haven't worked out of my home for 18 years. I mean, I haven't worked away from home for 18 years. I worked out of my home running a concrete company. And this is the first step to getting back to a real life, having a paycheck again that you can rely on. And I'm very thankful for that. That having a job alone put my head in such a better place. It was a lot of depression, a lot of thinking that you're not doing things right because people are telling you that. And once you get out of that fog, I think that you can see past certain things and you can see a light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm seeing that light, and my son sees that light. And thanks to some family members and complete non-family members. Just because they're blood doesn't mean that they're not family or that they are family.
Cindy. I'm 22 years old, and I have a 1-year-old. I never thought that my life would turn out to be the way it is, but I know that everything happens for a reason, and I am a single mom, and I love every part about it. as hard as it gets, I know that it's all worth it at the end of the day. My life might seem perfect in pictures, but only I know that the truth is nothing is easy for me. Going from being in a 4-year relationship, getting pregnant at the age of 19, all of a sudden being promised the world and you end up doing everything alone is really, really, really extremely hard. My baby daddy, it didn't last long for him to just walk out. And it's okay because I'm doing it on my own with the help and love from my family and my parents. I couldn't be more thankful. I got myself together for my son, and I fought a lot to recover and actually just be myself. I know that my son deserves much more than what I can provide for him, which is why I just keep going the extra mile just for him. I'm back on my feet, and I can't thank God enough for letting me do that and having a second chance. I honestly would be lost without my parents. I want to thank them for everything that they do for me. I know I've messed up a lot, but at the end we live and we learn, and it's lessons learned. Emotionally, I have my good days and I have my bad days. Sometimes I feel like giving up, but then I realize that my son is the one who's watching me and he needs me. So I need to not give up and just think positive and keep moving forward. For him, I know that I need to become somebody in this world and have a good career and a future for him and myself. Be that example, that mother who actually fought to become successful. If my son is healthy and happy, we have a roof to stay at night, nothing else matters to me. No one said that life was going to be easy. No one said that my life was going to be easy. I knew what I got myself into, and I just got to keep moving forward.